Hi, welcome to Mondays with Marcia. I'm Representative Marcia Judkins, and we are just starting the third week of the legislative session here. And I have a bill that is kind of fun. I thought I would tell you a little bit about it. I am actually the floor sponsor on the House side because it started on the Senate side. A senator named Senator Kwan, it's her bill. But every single bill has to have a Senate sponsor and a House sponsor. And so she asked me if I'd be the House sponsor. What this particular bill does is it takes all of the code up to about 1950. And a lot of that code has been looked at and fixed and changed and different things. But it takes all of that code up to 1950. And anywhere that hasn't been changed in this particular way, it changes it. And so it takes all the non-specific gender pronouns and changes them into their more specific term. And you might not be surprised to find that the gender-specific pronouns that are in this code are all male, like his and him. And I did a search to see if there were any hers or she's in the whole thing, and there aren't any. So let me give you an example of what I mean. Here's a section of code, and it's about fiduciaries. And a fiduciary is someone who manages money or property for someone else and has specific responsibilities that way. So it just says, I'll start in the middle of the sentence, if an exchange is drawn by a fiduciary as such, or in the name of his principal, blah, 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 and now it will say, is drawn by a fiduciary as such, or in the name of the fiduciary's principal. So it is more specific, and it just kind of takes out of the print here that the idea that anybody who's referenced in here is probably very likely male. And some of the other examples are it changes those gender pronouns into like employee or sheriff or claimant, like that, or attorney, or whatever the more specific noun would be. So anyway, I kind of like that bill, and it's passed all the way through the Senate side, is now over here sitting in rules in the House side, and I hope to get it out, and it'll be presented in committee, then voted on the floor, and if I have my way, it will be signed by the governor. So, and then she plans on updating code in the next couple of years. It's a big job for staff that comes up until eventually we're current with all the code. Fixing it this way. So I also wanted to just let you know you can subscribe to my newsletter. I send one out every week during the session, and I go into a lot more depth about different bills and different issues that are happening up here. If you go to marciajudkins.com, that's my website, and there's a place there where you can sign up for the newsletter. During interim, I send out a newsletter about once a month. And if you can't get enough of all these Mondays with Marcia, I also do a Facebook Friday Live that usually is between 10 and 15 minutes, where I talk about a lot of bills, and some of them are controversial or different votes that we've taken and things like that. That's on Facebook. You can search for Marcia Judkins. It's my legislative page. If you get to Marcia Jean Haight Judkins, it's my whole name, that's the wrong one. That's my personal page. So go to just my Marcia Judkins page. And I hope you have a great week.